So as far as getting this into Unreal, let me just show you the process and take it from there. There's more steps. You'll have to follow the documentation on Classroom. But just to get it in there, just do an export textures. And just pay attention to where you're putting it. Because right now it'll put it in this documents, Adobe export, all this other stuff. You probably don't want to put it there. I'm just going to put it in my, whatever. I'll just leave it there for now. And just pay attention to it. Make sure it says Unreal Engine 4 here. And the rest of it you can just leave alone. Now that I got that, it is going to be in my documents. It's going to be in my Adobe Substance and then export folder. All right, so there's that. Now the actual, you're done with Substance at that point. These textures now need to go in a folder that's going to make sense for you. So in your own level, please put them in there. I'm going to put them in this Ayala Yacht. Why not? So I'm just going to take these, and we have the different materials here, and I'm just going to drag them in. These are our textures. And then when I bring in the actual gun, which I think is on the Z drive here, it's an SK. It's going to ask me, is this going to be an SK or is it going to be a SM, static mesh or skeletal mesh? And on Richard's test one that we were doing here, I'm not seeing that. Maybe I deleted it. I'll just use this static mesh med kit. So I bring that into here, and it's going to ask me, is this a skeletal mesh or not? Now you need to know what the one you brought in was. If it's a gun, yes, it is. If it's a melee, yes, it is. If it's not any of those things, no, it is not a skeletal mesh. So you do not check that box, but you do need to check it if it's a skeletal mesh and just leave this other stuff alone. You click import all, and it'll come with the material. So there's my med kit right there. And it comes with just, if you double click on it, it'll tell you what material is assigned to it. It's called MI Gray Metal. So I'm just going to change that name of this to, and you need to do this because otherwise a lot of them will just say albedo, and then multiple people will have an albedo. They'll override each other. So you want to have a unique name. So I'll call this is my, I don't know, Richard gun, whatever that's called. Even though it's clearly not, but you get the idea. So now I'm going to, in the Richard gun material, I'm going to take those materials I just imported, and you guys should know how to do this. We've done it many times. These guys, and just bring them in. And then you tie them up to this. This part's a little tricky. What you can do is hover over this. It'll tell you what you're supposed to attach it to. The blue one is always the normal map. That one's easy. This is my albedo or color. So if you hover over this, it says base color at the end. So I know that goes to base color. And then this is the weird one. It actually has 3 different channels in it. So if you hover over it, it says occlusion, roughness, metallic. The red goes to occlusion. The green goes to roughness, and the blue goes to metallic. And then you can save this material. There's one more thing you have to do to get this material to look right. Otherwise, it'll be too shiny. And that is a little complicated. So again, watch this video and double click on this. Uncheck sRGB. And then save it. Sorry, yeah, save this material, this texture. And then on the texture sample, you change it to linear color. And that is how this is going to work with those 3 different channels. Otherwise, it's not going to work properly. Now, when I import this into the game, it should be textured correctly. But again, I'm using a gun texture on a med kit, so you get the idea. And then watch the other, or read the other documentation on how to actually implement it and get it in the game. Okay. All right.